What is up, Game Over Guild? If you're new to the channel, which most of you probably are, you're probably wondering, what this place is all about. Game Over Guild is just my channel, and all we do is play video games and give tips to starters and beginners, and just try to help out where we can. I started this because I started playing Monster Hunter World religiously, and what I found out is when I was trying to Google / YouTube stuff, although the content was really well, it was like sitting through a 30-minute video trying to figure out one little tip that I wanted to know. And basically that doesn't get on my nerves, but it's just like, hey, these guys want to know these things, they want to get back to the game, and that's what we're all just trying to do, is play the game, right? Like, we're trying to get back into the game. So that's what this channel is going to be. I'm just going to do a bunch of hunts. I haven't completed the game. I'm all the way in Iceborne. I'm pretty damn close to the end. Still got a little bit more to go, but I have done trial and error and learned from my mistakes and learned a lot of things that I wish I had known at the beginning. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to do for you guys. For the most part, these videos are just going to be me hunting different monsters. They're probably going to be a lot of low ranks so we can speed through them a lot, because the main focus is not really hunting the monsters for this videos. It's more or less the tidbits and the things that I'm trying to tell you guys, trying to help you out. So today we're going to be hunting a great Jargus, and while you guys are watching this, hopefully you learn something, and leave down in the comments. Let me know what you're having problems with, if you're very new to the game and you're trying to figure it out, or maybe you've been playing for a long time and these tidbits are just something you never really thought of, and now it's something that, oh man, I wish I had remembered to do that. So I guess I'll just start out by saying what the game is. So Monster Hunter World, it's one of the first games of the Monster Hunter generations to make its way to the big console, PlayStation 4, and that's the only one. And it's definitely been an amazing game. I did come into this game late, and the reason for that is just because I'm not too big into open world games. I love them, but I do feel like you lose a little something when the game has a little too much. I think there are players that just love to go in and have goals and get through it, and so I was always skeptical with Monster Hunter World, because I was afraid that it was going to be like that. In reality, it is very much not. It is a full-on RPG style playing, and basically your main goals are to go to the hub. You have the central hub. Later on in the game you'll have a second hub, and you basically are hunting monsters, and you're gonna carve up those monsters to get materials, so that way you can build better weapons, better equipment, and that is the gist of this game. And it's honestly super fun, especially for someone like me that doesn't have the ability to focus that well. I find this game really fun because I'm just constantly grinding for new equipment. Right now I'm starting out with a samurai longsword. Didn't play with this through the first part of the game. I honestly used an insect glaive because I was really bad at evading. I'm still kind of bad at it, but insect glaive allowed me to be up in the air a lot, so it was a very good start off. Now when you start out, don't worry too much about armor, especially now if you're starting out brand new, because you're going to get the defender armor and guardian armor, and you're just going to be able to pretty much have the max health, defense, and all the stuff that you need. along with the weapons. Now, if you do want to go away from just doing the defender glaive and the defender whatever of a weapon that you choose to do, which there are a lot of, I would suggest going for the ore trees on all these, just because they're very easy to collect. There are monster parts, but it's also just a lot of collecting ore, which are these little stones around the maps. They're everywhere and rather easy to collect. I know y'all are probably thinking, well, why did you switch from a weapon that you like fully upgraded? And mainly because the glaive is really good for aerial attacks and being able to like grab onto the monsters, but as for high damage, it takes a lot of work on that combo. So I wanted to kind of test it out to see how good it was going to be with a different weapon. And so far I'm really loving it. I'm having to learn exactly how to use it, but it's still really great. And as you saw, like the 10-minute timer popped up, and that's because with this specific mission usually you have about 15 minutes, but I'm doing an investigation, so I have about 10 minutes to kill this guy, and honestly not going to be too hard. That's why I'm kind of just talking to you guys, but I can't let it get away from me, because I will definitely ramble on and forget. But Monster Hunter, it's a good game. It's a solid game. Bam, see? And of course the reason that I was able to go through that so quickly is just because my katana blade is fully maxed out. My armor, my weapons, I have set decorations on my weapons to make them way more tougher, and so it's just a lot easier for me to do so. So yeah, I mean, that's the game, you know. You're gonna get in here, you're gonna grind for a bit, you're gonna attack these monsters, and you're gonna harvest from them. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of little good stuff. These guys don't really mess with you after you've already completed the quest, so you can kind of just grind in peace. But also, like, you have about 20 seconds if you want to. You can attack them, get some stuff from them. Real simple. And this little guy's my Palico, for you guys that haven't been in the game. He's a little cat guy, and you can fully custom make him, name him, and do his armor and stuff. And he's actually really helpful if you spend the time to really upgrade him. I will give a warning, I will probably mispronounce a lot of names in this game just because I'm really terrible at it. So let's get back to this. So quest rewards, I mean, so at the end of every game you're gonna get these. These are the stuff that you didn't really harvest. They're just the stuff that is there, and down here is from the investigation. These are the rewards that I automatically got because I finished it within the time frame. And you have an option, you can take all, sell all. I suggest most likely you just go ahead and take all, because you never know what you're gonna need. Like those armor spears are definitely gonna help me upgrade, and at the end they'll show you everything that you want to do. And one of the things that I love about this game is that no matter what you do, it's not like another game where you have to do like the main story to progress in it, as in your hunter rank and all this other stuff. Like, doing the main story does progress you faster because it allows your hunter rank to upgrade quicker. But if you do a bunch of these side quests and optional stuff, your hunter rank will go up, along with your research points, research levels, Palico level, all this stuff. All this stuff, everything you do is absolutely earnable, even if you're not doing the main story. So that's something that I really love. And as you can see up top, there is the point system and the Z system. And Z is like for all your main buying things, and point system is definitely for other things. I usually mainly use it for food, but there are other stuff, equipment, things you can buy with it. I haven't done a lot with it, but I have definitely used it. It does come in handy. So at every mission or every quest, you're going to get reward money. You have a certain amount of feints, which is you're only allowed, on this specific one I was only allowed to feint twice, but if you feint 3 times in any mission or quest, it automatically kicks you out and you have to start all over again. So you only have 3, and that applies even when you're playing multiplayer. You don't all get 3. It's one person at 3. Everyone, 3 people die, or if you die 3 times, the whole team has to start all over again. And of course that party size is 1, and you can have up to 4 people. You can play with your squad or guild, or you can call in an SOS flare on most of these missions to get people to randomly pop in, and you can randomly pop in an SOS flares. I'm currently in Japan, so my server usually pops me up on the Japanese server, and that pretty much gives me like main access to like Japanese guys that are absolutely phenomenal at this game. So if I'm ever truly stuck or like ran out of something, I just call one of them in, and man, they are amazing to watch. But that's mainly because out here in Japan, Monster Hunter is like football. It is hugely popular and hugely wild. That right there was just her telling me about my main storyline, which is investigating some Elder Dragon research. I've kind of sidelined that. I don't have to go directly to it, but it will remind me every time that I come back to a main hub. And this is Asteria. Selena, my bad. Stelia, I'm gonna mispronounce everything, guys. I'm gonna get just hate comments in the comment sections. But Asteria over here, that is where, so you have a lot of the same stuff in Asteria that's out here, but Asteria is the main spot. So that is where you can do a lot of the trade-ins and stuff, and that's usually where I like to go, just because there's a couple more places there. As you can see, there's a lot of maps you can go to. You end up going back to all these very often, and if you look at the top of the screen, it goes from low rank, high rank, master rank. So I'm at master rank, so I'm towards the end of the game, and you can switch these for different explorations and stuff, and it will actually change not only the level of the monsters while you're in there, but also what you can find. And sometimes that's really helpful if you're searching for a certain piece that you need for an armor set. So it's always good to check on that and just see exactly what you want to do. Well, like I said, this isn't an open world game, but you can go explore without having to be on a mission or a quest, and that's called an exploration. And there's no feints on that. You just wander around, you can fight all these monsters, and keep it going. You can go and mine for ores, and Westspire Waste is usually where I like to mine for ore, and you just keep it going. You can go and do all this stuff willingly. But right now we're going to go to Asteria, because I want to show you guys why you shouldn't sell everything. Or more or less, why you shouldn't sell anything until you get there. Because as you progress, your main goal of this game is really going to be to upgrade your armor and upgrade your weapons. And if you sell something that you think you don't need, which I definitely did at the very beginning, you're going to have to go back and hunt for it. And since all of those stuff, all that stuff that you attain while you're on a quest or a hunt goes straight to your item box, it doesn't get full. So your item pouch gets full, but your item box doesn't. So you can just have a ridiculous amount, especially with bones and monster parts. Like, that can just be absolutely full up, and you won't have to worry about that. I am running this on a PS4, so I apologize. We will be going a little bit slower than PS5 players. Surprisingly, even though I'm in Japan, it's really hard still to get a hold of a PlayStation 5. But I tell you what, guys, when I get it, you are going to notice the difference. Super excited. So you go to this guy. This guy is the provision stockpile. He's right in the middle when you show up. And you can buy from him. There's a lot of good, useful things. You can buy parts for traps and stuff from him. But the main point of him is really to sell. And I never do from pouch, just because everything in my pouch is used for my quest. I need that stuff. If it's there, then it needs to be there. And this is the first little spot. That is everything that you can put into your pouch. And I would not suggest getting rid of anything in there. And like I said, like, see, it can be really full. And if you overfill this one, another page will pop up. But what I do is, if you look down at the triangle, it says sell all trade-in items. I didn't really notice this at first because, like I said, I sped run it through the first one, and I was like picking and choosing. So sell all trade-in items is basically selling everything that you do not need. Like, it has no purpose whatsoever besides for money. So you just hit that, bam, now I've sold it all and I've got more money. Then if you go over here, you'll see all the stuff that I collected throughout the times. I got 139 monster bones. And like I said, I wouldn't suggest selling all this stuff. I would suggest just kind of holding on to as much as you can, just because, one, it's not a lot. Some of these are worth a lot of money, but not a lot of them. They're kind of low. And you're going to make more money playing the game than you are if you try to sell all this stuff just to get things. And you're also going to need this stuff for grinding, you know, like for whenever you start making your own weapons and doing all this stuff, you're really going to need that weapon base and like all these parts for those weapons. So I definitely suggest from the very start, don't sell any of this stuff. Over here I got all my decorations. Now decorations, you can sell some of these, but I honestly would still hold on to them, because as you learn and you build several different armor sets, you're going to want all these, even doubles of the same jewels for different things. Because as you can see if you read it, Dragon Res jewel, a decoration that enhances the dragon resistance skill. So these things come in very handy for fighting different monsters, and as you progress, you know, you can switch out your armor to fight certain monsters to make it easier. And it's definitely going to come in handy as you get farther along in the game. So like I said, the main draw of this game is really the being able to create these armor sets and weapons and all that stuff. And as you can see from all these little exclamation points, there's all these things you can do, and some of these are quests that I've already done but haven't like gone and collected from it, and that's just because I've been in Celiana for so long. And if you go up here, what I really love about this game is just how beautiful it is. I mean, look at that. But anyway, you go up here and you talk to the smithy, and this is where you're going to spend most of your time. Like, you're going to upgrade so much stuff. Now when you start out, you're going to have every weapon. Alright, not every version of that weapon, but you're going to start out with the base weapon of every single weapon. So I don't suggest forging new weapons until you've already built another weapon of that one, so that way you can build a separate one with it. I'm just going to show you guys real quick different armor sets, so you guys can kind of get a guessing of where the real draw for this game is. As you can see, you got these. And unlike other games, you can mix and match these, and it actually changes the level of defense. Now, it's in red because the armor I got right now is incredibly strong. I really love it, but I still personally am working on different armor. And as you fight different monsters and collect different things, these will pop up. Right now there are no previews because I haven't really gone back and fought that monster again. And you'll just get different things. Like right now I could make this, don't really want to. It's really just up to preference. Right now I have these the little dot things on it, or wish lists, and oh, I can make this right now. Now as you can tell, like, the defense would be 116, but I do like the view of this armor. See, you can preview this armor. And see, I just really love the way that looks. But as you go down, you'll have better armor, better defense, and you just get to see exactly what's going on. The golden ones means they got a little bit extra stuff up in there. And if you look on the side, it has the skills. It lets you know how many slots are available, what you can actually do with it. And these come into importance on when you're finally setting all your decorations and gems and trying to fully upgrade everything. Let's see, let's see. This is cool. I might make this. Hey, let's preview this and see what it looks like. Oh, it's definitely got like a steampunk vibe. That is cool. Do a lot of this fan service stuff. Like, this is really cool stuff. Kind of just go through it. Now, just because they're not highlighted, that just means that I don't, at this moment, have the parts to make it. But if I wanted to, all I have to do is press triangle, set it to my wish list, and they'll be there. And so if it says equipped, that's what I got on, because that's my normal armor. Right now, what I'm kind of working for is, let me get down here. So this is the armor I have. And it's 142, and so I compare that to like different ones and see if they're worth it. Like this clockwork. Let's go back. So it's 142. Oh, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I might buy this. But so I have a different sets of them that I'm looking for. Right now I'm trying to get to here. There you go. Now this is probably my favorite one at the moment. It looks so badass. 156 for the defense. Slot available versus fire, -2 versus water, 4. So it's just a really badass armor, and I love the way it looks. Like, just look at that thing. That is scary. Then you go to that one, a little more shinier. And you can also change the color pigments on all these armors, but like, just look at that. That is really freaking dope. Really like this one. And sometimes you'll get these ones that they'll just give you, and sometimes they're worth it, but sometimes they're really not. It just kind of depends. Now, the reason my armor is 142, right? But it says 150, and it's in red, and that's because of the upgrades that I've done to my armor, which you can also upgrade this armor once you already have it. I've already exceeded what this armor base starts out at. What do you think, guys? You think I should get this clockwork armor? I think we should do it. We should try it out. Go all the way back up here. I'm blind 90% of the time. Alright. Ooh. Top or bottom? Oh, it's just changing the color a bit, but they do have some differences. You know what? We're gonna do this.
Give her!
As you can see, there's like a little video for when they upgrade your stuff. I'm not gonna equip it right now, but I am going to do this. So see, when you do stuff, you gotta make sure that you're watching how much of each. So even though it was all green or all lit up, now that I bought that one, everything else kind of fades away. and that's because now I have to go back and get a Steam ticket, which I can meld or find. Well, that's mainly the only thing that's kind of missing is these Steam tickets. Oh, we could definitely go make these. Well, guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you liked it and you want to see more of it, let me know. We're definitely going to be doing some more tutorials on how to do things. But the truth is, it's just going to be me rambling until you guys comment. So, you know, I'm just going to be spitting out these tidbits and little things that I remember that you guys need to know. But, I mean, the more you like, subscribe, and comment, and give me some things you guys want to go over, the more these videos can be more directed towards a certain path instead of just me going through and telling you everything. Until then, we're just going to be hunting some monsters and building some armor, and hopefully guys learn some better information about this game, help you while you're learning to start it all out. So hopefully you become a part of the Game Over Guild. Please like and subscribe, and thank you as always. Thank you for watching.